This is Delhi. Please stand by for our next program. This is All India Radio.
Tonight, in our national program of English Talks, we feature a conversation titled Out of the Box, S.D. Burman, on the out-of-the-world imagination and compositional prowess of the one and only Sachin Dev Burman. The participants are Shri M. Anantaramakrishnan, also known as Anand Madhavan, a composer and a singer, and Shri Harishankar Mani, co-founder of a music band Arohi and an advocate.
The royals are considered to be great patrons of art, but this royal embraced it as a profession. A prince by birth, this composer went on to become the emperor of music. He was a trailblazer for many ideas that are now standard fare. An uncanny ability to understand the audience expectation, coupled with a God-given gift to create something unique and innovative in multiple genres, are some of the characteristics that define this unique composer called Sachin Dev Burman. He continues to be relevant and capture the imagination of millions all over, which oscillates between the commoner and the ustad. Many people may mistakenly assume his son R.D. Burman to be the first innovator in the family. But to elucidate on the same, we have in our midst Mr. Anand Madhavan, who will talk about the out-of-the-box thinking of the maestro.
Thank you, Harishankar, for the wonderful introduction. As a young boy growing up in Bombay during the 60s and 70s, I used to listen almost daily on the radio to the great melodies of that golden era in Hindi film music. Along with the great singers of that time, once in a while, a peculiar voice would play. That rustic voice with a nasal tinge had a certain charm about it that engulfed me and went straight into my heart. It was the voice of the redoubtable composer Sachin Dev Burman. He was one among the galaxy of legendary composers of that era. Rather than just picking out a few great melodies, I thought that I would touch upon an intriguing aspect of his music, his uncanny ability to think out the box and come up with tunes that were fresh, distinctive, and yet simple enough to reach the common man. I'm indeed honored to be given an opportunity to share this unique aspect of Burman Dada's music. Let us begin with a song in the composer's own voice. He lent his voice to the silver screen once in a while, not to be lip-synced by any character, but as a background song. That song mirrored the thoughts and feelings of the character on screen, or was a philosophical commentary of a particular situation in the film. This pioneering act inspired his son R.D. Burman to follow in his footsteps, though in a totally different style. Let us now listen to the title song from the famous film Aradhana. Inspired by the baul folk musical style of Bengal, Burman Dada, in his inimitable style, consoles a desolate Sharmila Tagore as she travels in a bullock cart.
सफल होगी तेरी आराधना काहे को रोए चाहे जो होए सफल होगी तेरी आराधना काहे को रोए.
Next, we come to an early romantic duet from the film Saza, sung by Hemant Kumar and Sandhya Mukherjee. A unique aspect of this song is its chorus portions. One day, after listening to this song, I asked a Bengali friend of mine the meaning of the chorus lines. Laughingly, he told me that it is all gibberish, though it may sound like Bengali. This must surely be an out-of-the-box thought of Burman Dada. Let us now listen to a short refrain of these lines leading up to the song.
नाके मुके चुनकली नाके मुके चुनकली टोंग गली गो टोंग गली डंगर 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 डोंग Dongali go dongali.
Dandar 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 da.
Dongali go dongali.
नाके मुखे चुमकले नाके मुखे चुमकले dongali
go dongali. Dongali go dongali.
आ गुप चुप प्यार करें
छुप छुप आंखें चार करें
गुप चुप प्यार करें
छुप छुप आंखें चार करें
That was quite some gibberish, Anandji.
Absolutely. Burman Dada infused his duets with a lot of romance. In quite a few of such duets, there would be a constant interaction between the male and female voices in question and answer mode. This heightened the element of romance in the song and endeared it to the listener. We have selected two songs to bring out this aspect. The first is a delightful duet from the film Nau Do Gyara, sung by Kishore Kumar and Asha Bhonsle. While enjoying the romantic repartees, one is likely to miss the fact that this simple tune has the notes of the rag Bhairavi. Let us now listen to the mukhda of this song.
पहला बादल
में क्या जी
किसी का आंचल आंचल में क्या जी
अजब सी हलचल आँखों में क्या जी
पहला बादल
में क्या जी
किसी का आंचल आंचल में क्या जी
अजब सी हलचल.
In the early 70s, Burman Dada composed this interesting duet from the film Talash, sung by Mohammad Rafi and Lata Mangeshkar. Here, Burman Dada creates a lengthy line using only 3 notes, followed by a similar line raised by just a note. The way he has crafted these lines, it is almost unbelievable that they are bound within just 3 notes. Sare ga ri sa ga ga sa ri ga sa ga ri sa. Ri ga ma ma ri ga ri ma ga ma ri पलकों के पीछे से क्या तुमने कह डाला
फिर से तो फरमाना
नैनों ने सपनों की महफिल सजाई है तुम भी जरूर आना
पलकों के पीछे से क्या तुमने कह डाला फिर से तो फरमाना.
Magic in just 3 notes.
That was the brilliance of SD, wasn't it, Anandji?
Absolutely.
Something very unique.
Yes. Burman Dada had a solid grounding in classical music. One of his gurus was the famous singer K.C. Dey. In the film Meri Surat Teri Aankhein, this learning was used to great effect. In the song Pucho Na Kaise, Burman Dada made K.C. Dey's nephew Manna Dey emote this heart-rending song, which was inspired by a Bengali song composed by Qazi Nazrul Islam, the national poet of Bangladesh. This classical song is based on the rag Ahir Bhairav. Another classical dance number from the same film, Nache Man Mora Magan, is based on the rag Bhairavi, sung by Rafi Saab. After having successfully created these classical gems, Burman Dada adopted an out-of-the-box approach to these 2 rags, mixing them in a totally non-classical style in the same song. This time, the film was Jewel Thief. Keeping the film sequence in mind, he composed an elaborate and lengthy group dance number. While the mukhda has the notes of Ahir Bhairav, the antara switches to Bhairavi. Let us listen to the mukhda first.
फोटो में ऐसी बात में दबा के चली आई खुल जाए वही बात तो दुहाई है दुहाई फोटो में ऐसी बात में दबा के चली आई खुल जाए वही बात तो दुहाई है दुहाई अरे हाँ बात जिसमें प्यार तो है जहर भी है हाय फोटो में ऐसी बात में दबा के चली आई खुल जाए वही बात तो दुहाई है दुहाई.
Let us now listen to the antara clip in rag Bhairavi.
रात काली नागिन सी हुई है जवान रात काली नागिन सी हुई है जवान हाय दया किसको डसेगा ये समा में पायल तड़पे, आगे चलूं तो धड़कती है सारी अंगनाई। होठों में हाय, होठों में ऐसी बात में दबा के चली आई, खुल जाए वही बात तो दुहाई है दुहाई।
The composer's brilliance is seen in the subtle change of just one note in the link line leading the antara to the mukta. Let me demonstrate this portion. Papa pada mama papa pa hoy, papa pada mama papa pa hoy, pada mama papa pa ni dha pa maga ri sa sa. Just by changing this one note, Shuddha Gandhar instead of Komal Gandhar, he comes back to Ahir Bhairav from Bhairavi. Such a small but subtle change of just one note. That is the brilliance of Dada.
I never imagined that Hoto Pe Aisi Baat will have these kind of subtleties involved in it.
I too never imagined it. Till one day just struck me out of the blue.
Even today it's celebrated as an iconic dance number.
Absolutely, yes. Next, we come to something which is perhaps unprecedented in film song sequences. Two back-to-back songs without anything in between. Conceived by Vijay Anand, the director of the film Guide, the situation speaks of the misunderstanding between the protagonists. While the heroine expresses her angst through a classical dance song, the hero, who is the guide, pours out his anguish in a song filled with pathos. Given this composing challenge, Burman Dada first composed the female version based on the rag Jhinjhoti. Wondering what to do with the male version, he had his eureka moment when he saw his own image on the window pane as he was staring out blankly. It suddenly occurred to him that since misunderstanding is the common factor in both the emotions, why not use the same tune and modify it to convey pathos? So it came to be that the mukda in both the female and male versions have the same tune. Now let us listen to both the mukdas back to back.
क्या से क्या हो गया बेवफा तेरे प्यार में चाह क्या क्या मिला बेवफा
But don't these two songs follow each other in the movie also, Anand?
Absolutely, without any break.
That is the brilliance of this.
Yes. In a song, it is not often that one notices the little percussion that runs through as an addition to the main rhythm. Most music lovers know that R.D. Burman often used little percussion in a noticeable way, but many would not know that his father was a forerunner in this aspect. Today, we have chosen a song that uses a rare instrument called the Chinese wooden block. From the film Pyasa, sung by Geeta Dutt, the wooden block is struck right through, intelligently placed between the lines of the song so as to be heard prominently. After all, one expects the unexpected from Burman Dada. Now, let us hear the mukda of the song, Jaane Kya Tune Kahi.
जाने क्या तूने कही, जाने क्या मैंने सुनी, बात कुछ बन ही गई। जाने क्या तूने कही, जाने क्या मैंने सुनी, बात कुछ बन ही गई। जाने क्या तूने कही।
Now, we come to another song from the same film with another out-of-the-box element. This is a soul-stirring song sung by Hemant Kumar. Here, I have a little anecdote to relate. When I was called to sing a small song for a Hindi TV serial, I was introduced to the yesteryear Bollywood comedian Mohan Choti, who was involved in its production. While conversing with him about the great songs of those times, the comedian asked me whether I knew that the song Jaane Wo Kaise was adapted from none other than our national anthem Jana Gana Mana.
Oh, wow.
I looked at him aghast. He then asked me to sing the second line of the Mukda. हमने तो जब कलियां मांगी कांटों का हार मिला पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा. My God, I realized that it was very similar to the line of our anthem. How come I never realized this all these years, I thought to myself. Much later, I came to know that Burman Dada himself had revealed this to Pulak Bandyopadhyay, this celebrated Bengali lyricist. Let's hear a snatch of the song now.
जाने वो कैसे लोग थे जिनके प्यार को प्यार मिला हमने तो जब कलियां मांगी कांटों का हार मिला जाने वो कैसे लोग थे जिनके प्यार को प्यार मिला.
It is said that one day Burman Dada and his son Pancham viewed the Hollywood film Bridge on the River Kwai. A march past theme from the movie struck a chord with them. On their way back, both of them had created a new tune inspired by the theme that lingered in their mind. Burman Dada decided on a particular tune and used it in a film he was signed for, Bahare Phir Bhi Aayegi. Unfortunately, shortly afterwards, he took ill. The producer of the movie, Gurudutt, did not have the patience to wait for Dada to recover. He went ahead with the production, signing O.P. Nayyar as the new composer. Therefore, Burman Dada's song sung by Rafi Saab was never released. However, passionate collector of old songs was able to access this rare unreleased song. The same tune was later used in the film Jewel Thief, this time sung by Kishore Kumar. The song went on to become a super hit. Let us listen to the unreleased version, which begins with the theme from the film Bridge on the River Kwai and segues into the adapted melody of Burman Dada. This will be followed by the Mukda of the famous Kishore version.
साथी हो डगर कहीं भी जाते हो ऐ दिल के राही चल अकेला कोई न तेरा साथी हो डगर कहीं भी जाती हो ऐ दिल के राही चल अकेला चल
ये दिल न होता बेचारा कदम न होते आवारा जो खूबसूरत कोई अपना हम सफर होता हो ये दिल न होता बेचारा कदम न होते आवारा जो खूबसूरत कोई अपना हम सफर होता.
There's a bit of yodeling also in the Kishore version.
Yes, because that was his strong point, and that I believe one of the people who inspired him was also Burman Dada. Burman Dada has used the voices of both Rafi and Kishore for Devanand in many films. Normally, he would allot the lively numbers to Kishore and the emotional ghazals to Rafi. However, in the film Gambler, he broke the norm. He allotted a romantic number to Rafi and experimented with a ghazal tuned to suit Kishore's voice and his singing style. He introduced one more novelty. There was no distinction between the Mukda and the Antara. He got the poet Neeraj to write one verse after another, each one different. Let us now listen to a clip of both these versions.
मेरा मन तेरा प्यासा मेरा मन तेरा मेरा मन तेरा प्यासा मेरा मन तेरा कब होगी आशा, मेरा मन तेरा, मेरा मन तेरा प्यासा, मेरा मन तेरा। दिल आज शायर है, गम आज नगमा है, शब ये गजल है सनम। गैरों के शेरों को ओ सुनने वाले, हो इस तरफ भी करम।
Is it true, Anandji, that Burmanda was probably one of the earliest composers who would first compose the tune and ask the lyricist to write over it?
Yes, in fact, in most of his songs that was the case. Burman Dada never wished to be boxed into any formula and therefore never bowed down to the dictates of the film industry when it came to his songs. He was one composer who used several voices for the same actor. For example, I have myself noticed at least 7 voices that he has used as playback for Devanand. Rafi, Kishore, Talat, Manna Dey, Hemant Kumar, Bhupinder, and even a practically unheard singer named Jagmohan Bakshi. Apart from this, Mukesh and Burman Dada himself have sung montage songs filmed on Devanand. This clearly shows that for Burman Dada, his song was sacrosanct. Everything else was secondary. In fact, on a few occasions, he has used 3 singers for the hero in the same film. Today, we have chosen for you 3 mukdas from the film Abhiman, all filmed on Amitabh Bachchan and Jaya Badri, sung by Rafi Saab, Manhar Udas, a newcomer at that time, and Kishore Da, respectively. The female singer in all 3 songs is Lataji. The theme of the film demanded 3 different moods. The first duet is romantic, as love blossoms between the lead pair. The second duet is a professional recording, where the heroine outshines the hero. The last duets reflects the reconciling of the conflict between the pair. Burman Dada's choice of the male singer in each case is spot on. Needless to add, all 3 songs went on to become hits. At the time of the release of Abhiman, Burman Dada was aged 67. Imagine a composer scoring a smash musical hit at that age. Let us now hear the mukdas of the 3 songs.
तेरी बिंदिया रे, हाय हाय तेरी बिंदिया रे, तेरी बिंदिया रे, हाय हाय तेरी बिंदिया रे।
सजन बिंदिया ले लेगी तेरी निंदिया
रे, आए हाय तेरी बिंदिया रे।
लुटे कोई मन का नगर बन के मेरा साथी, लुटे कोई मन का नगर बन के मेरा साथी।
कौन है वो अपनों में कभी ऐसा कहीं होता है, ये तो बड़ा धोखा है।
लुटे कोई मन का नगर बन के मेरा साथी।
देखो ना, देखो ना तेरे मेरे मिलन की ये रहना, नया कोई गुल खिलाएगी, नया कोई गुल खिलाएगी, तभी तो चंचल है तेरे नैना। देखो ना, देखो ना तेरे मेरे मिलन की ये रहना।
Anandji, hasn't he done this before even in Teen Devya? Getting 3 different singers to sing for Devanand?
Not in Teen Devya. Teen Devya has Rafi and Kishore. But in a movie called Manzil, and before that in a movie called Taxi Driver, he has used 3 voices for Devanand. As our last offering today, we once again present the composer's voice as it would be a fitting finale. The song is enacted by a nondescript character who reflects the thoughts of the protagonist of the film Bandhini. Nutan, the central character, is undecided whether to go back to her beloved or to move away from him. Burman Dada's distinctive rustic voice, laden with emotion, mirrors her dilemma and communicates her feelings to the audience. By the end of the song, she has decided to go back and seek pardon from her beloved. Listeners, from these few examples, I'm sure you would have got a fair idea of the composing prowess of Burman Dada and his unique ability to think out of the box. He was indeed the prince of the box office.
खेल जल जाएगी कहती है आग मेरे मन की मत खेल मत खेल मत खेल जल जाएगी कहती है आग मेरे मन की मैं बंदिनी की आती मैं संगिनी हूँ साजन की मेरा खींचती है आंचल मेरा खींचती है आंचल मन मीत तेरी हर पुकार मेरे साजन है उस पार और माझी मेरे माझी
Very unique things here, Anandji. The fact remains that when you opened, you talked about him singing for an opening song. And now you are closing it with the climax of a movie.
Absolutely.
How many composers have actually sung their songs which go on to be the opening title track of a movie and also during the climax?
I can't think of anybody else.
Just a parting thought, if one were to listen to the title track of the movie Sujata and listen to the dance number Aapki Kamre Mein in Yadon Ki Barat, one would be amazed as to how skillfully Pancham has adapted this song from his father's title track. The baton had truly passed.
कमरे में कोई रहता है तरारारा हम नहीं कहते जमाना कहता है तरारारा आपके कमरे में कोई रहता है
You just listened to a conversation in our weekly national program of English Talks titled Out of the Box, SD Burman. The participants were Shri M. Anantaramakrishnan, also known as Anand Madhavan, a composer and a singer, and Shri Harishankar Mani, co-founder of a music band Arohi and an advocate. That brings us to the close of this edition of National Program of English Talks, and this program broadcast from the studios of Akashvani Delhi is a presentation of All India Radio Chennai.
सुन मेरे बंधु रे सुन मेरे मितवा सुन मेरे साथ
Produced by Sudarshan Ram of All India Radio Chennai, this program came to you from the Delhi station of All India Radio.